guys? So I got another video for you guys. Gonna do another gum chewing video. And what we're gonna do today is gonna be a graded car reveal from SGC. So I sent in a couple cards, mostly baseball, to SGC because I kind of wanted to test out their service and I don't know, just give them a shot and see how I liked their grading and their process and everything. So none of these cards are like super valuable. It's just gonna be 9 cards. I sent in 9 cards, really just because I wanted to do like a small sample, and that's actually just the number of leftover card saver ones I had. So if you've ever submitted cards for grading, well, up until recently, you had to use a card saver one to hold the cards that you sent in for grading. So I had 9 card saver ones that I just had loose, and so I figured I'd send off a couple cards. And I mostly sent in baseball because at the time I sent these in, I was trying to pick guys that I thought had a shot at doing well, possibly winning Rookie of the Year, and was hoping to get them back right around the time the baseball season ended, which definitely wasn't the case. So I submitted these in mid-August, and when I submitted them, I was given a quoted turnaround time of 43 to 47 business days. And in reality, I calculated and it took 71 business days. So, definitely a great deal longer than what they estimated when I sent them in, which is kind of a letdown. I hoped that they would stick to their turnaround times. But honestly, still not as bad as PSA's grading times. I mean, and also, since then, I submitted these cards when SGC was charging $10 a card, and I believe they're now charging $15 a card. So anyways, we've got 8 baseball cards and 1 basketball card, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the grades and tell you what I think. So the first card is this 2020 Top Series 1 Yordan Alvarez, and this card got a 10 Jetman, which is what I was hoping for. I honestly felt like I did a really thorough job of checking all of these cards before I sent them in, and so I was kind of anticipating like 7 or 8 10s and maybe 1 or 2 9.5s. But you'll see a couple of these did not do so hot, and I've looked them over and I still can't figure out why they got the grade they got, but we'll see. But anyways, this first one got a 10. Yordan Alvarez is one of my favorite players, young players in the league. He was injured. He got injured didn't start at the beginning of the season because I think he tested positive for COVID. I can't remember. He was out with something for the first couple weeks, and then he played 2 games. Maybe he played 1 game. He played like 1 or 2 games, and he hit a home run in like his first game back. And then he got injured again and missed the rest of the season. So he only played 1 game. But he's someone that I think is just like an absolute beast. As a hitter, he's not much of a fielder. He usually DHs and occasionally gets put out in left field. But I think of the young players in the majors, he might be the best all-around hitter. Last season, I think in like around half a season of games, like maybe like 88 games, something like that, he hit 27 home runs and he hit like 313. And his OPS was like probably around 1,000. So, I mean, he's only like 22. So to come out and like just tear up your rookie season, like that was pretty cool. So I have high expectations for him. This card isn't worth much. I think it has a chance to go up in value after next season though, or if he plays well in the future. But again, we'll see. I mean, who knows? So the next card is one of the ones that I was like super surprised by the grade. And I looked this card over when I got it back, and I still don't know why I got the grade I got. It looks like chip meant to me. Like the corners are razor sharp. I can't see any surface imperfections. I mean, centering on these cards is like super hard to gauge, but nothing indicates that it would be off center. But anyways, it's Bichette rookie card, and I got an 8.5, which I just don't understand, honestly. Let's see if we can get a better look. I mean, the card, I don't know if my camera will focus or not, but the card is super sharp. I actually have quite a few of this card, and I had probably 5 or 6 that I felt like could get a 10, and this was the best out of those 5 or 6, and somehow I got an 8.5, so I was pretty disappointed with this one. This is the worst grade out of all the cards I sent in. But Bichette is like an exciting player for the Blue Jays. He's the son of Dante Bichette, who played in the majors back in the 90s. And he plays shortstop. And he did really well last season. He was injured a bit for this season, but he still played decent in the time he was up here, or the time that he was playing. But anyways, he's a solid player, and I like him a lot, and I was hoping for a 10, but what can you do? So, let's see. Next one is, this is another one that surprised me. Again, like, I really went over these cards as best I could. And I have like several copies of each of these cards, and I only sent the ones that I felt like were like for sure like had to be a 10 or at worst a 9.5. And again, somehow this one ended up being a lower grade, and it got a 9. So I was disappointed with that. This is Gavin. He's the second baseman for the Dodgers, and he's had a lot of hype around him, but he actually had a pretty disappointing season. I was kind of hopeful he didn't get called up in the beginning of the year, but I think that had more to do with his like rookie year limits. Like, they didn't want to, like, if you start the season with the team on the like active roster, I think it counts towards your service years or whatever on your contract. So, by not sending him up at the beginning of the year, I think the Dodgers were able to keep him under his like rookie contract for an extra season. So I think they just didn't want to, with the shortened season, it was only 60 games. I think they didn't want to like use up a year of his contract year to, I don't know, this season, whatever. But anyways, this card got a 9. Kind of disappointed. I looked it over and I really can't find anything like that stands out. Maybe like one corner might just have like a tiny speck of white, but like even with that, I think it would at least get a 9.5. This one and the Bichette really were just like, I was like, what the heck? How did I get these grades? I was expecting 9.5s or 10s on all of them, but what can you do? Still a nice card. We'll see what he does. He hasn't really shown much in the majors yet, but people are high on him, so we'll see what next season brings. Okay. The next card is... So this is the Yordan Alvarez from 2020 Topps Art Heritage with Aristides, Aquino. And this one got a 10, which I'm happy about. I think of the players that I sent in and the cards I sent in, Yordan Alvarez is my favorite. So I was happy to get a 10. This card isn't worth much. I really like Topps Heritage, but for whatever reason, it's not like super valuable within the hobby. I think the cards are cool. I like that they reuse the designs from older cards. And I like the 71. Well, so this year, the 2020 Topps Heritage was based on the 1971 card design. And I kind of like that design. It's one of the few card designs that has black borders, so it's really hard to get high grades. But I like the design. I like this card a lot. But again, it's probably not worth a ton, maybe like 25 or 30 bucks right now. I could definitely go up as he continues to play well. And depends on what he does next season. It depends, what happens with the hobby. But it's a cool card. I'm glad I got a 10. And actually, I did pretty well on these Heritage cards. I think I got 10s on all of them except one. So the next one is the Gavin and Dustin May Heritage card, and this got a 10. Dustin May is a pitcher, and he did really well this season. And obviously, we talked about Gavin. So both of these players are kind of cool. To have them on the same card is kind of cool. Again, Topps Heritage isn't super valuable, but still cool cards, and happy to get a 10. I think they look pretty good in like the SGC holders. Next one is the Seattle Mariners Rookie Stars, and this got a 10 as well. I sent this one in because when Kyle Lewis was playing really well, especially early in the season, and I felt he had like a good shot to win Rookie of the Year, which he did. So I wanted to send in this card and his Series 1 card. This one got a 10, which I'm happy about. Austin Nola and Justin Dunn, they're both decent prospects, but I mean, Kyle Lewis is the one that you want on this one. So it's kind of a cool card, and happy it got a 10. And then the last one is going to be the Bichette and Anthony K Heritage card, which got a 9.5. I mean, I'm okay with it getting a 9.5. Obviously, I would have preferred to have a 10, but SGC's grading is like kind of unique compared to PSA and BGS because SGC has, like a 9, which is considered a mint card, which is the same as PSA's 9. PSA 9 is considered mint. SGC 9 is considered mint. BGS 9 is considered mint. But BGS 9.5 is considered gym mint, whereas 10 is considered gym mint for SGC and PSA. So an SGC 9.5 is kind of like supposedly in between a PSA 10 and a PSA 9. That would be like the argument. So it kind of puts it in this gray area where it's hard to value it. SGC cards are definitely way less valued on the open market compared to PSA cards, which I don't really understand why. I mean, I get, like, I think a lot of collectors like to keep the same holder for all their cards, and PSA by far has the most cards and, graded out there. So people kind of like just to stick to one company. But I feel like SGC is a lot more difficult to get high grades. I think they give out a lot more kind of grades that would be like, I think if I sent this card to a PSA, I would get a 10. So I think they're a little bit more critical, but I could be wrong. Everyone makes an argument why each one is more lenient or critical than the other. But who's to really say, honestly? But anyways, so it's got a 9.5, which is considered mint plus. So it's kind of like better than mint, but not gym mint. I don't know. It's a nice card though, and Bichette's good. Anthony K is a decent pitcher, but Bichette's the guy that you really want on this card. Okay, so the next one is going to be this, oops, let me move that in frame. Kyle Lewis, top series 1 base card. And this one got a 9.5, which, I mean, obviously you're open for a 10, but 9.5 is not bad. Couldn't really notice anything that, would keep it from getting a 10. I don't really know how they determine centering for borderless cards like this, but I thought it looked good. It got a 9.5, it's not too bad. Kyle Lewis won Rookie of the Year, so his cards are kind of, I mean, as hot as they can be in baseball market. Baseball market is way less hot right now compared to basketball. So, I don't know. I don't know what this is worth. Maybe like $25, if that. I don't even know, honestly. But it's a nice card. I'll probably just keep it. I don't know if I'll sell it. But yeah. Okay, and then the last card is a basketball card. And it is this Devonte Optic rookie card from the 2018 Donruss Optic set. And it got a 10. And I don't know why I really chose to send this card in. I was like, as I said before, I had like 9 card saver ones. And I was like, alright, I'll send in, one each of the Topps Heritage and Top Series 1 of the players that I like, the young guys that are rookies in this set. And then I was like, I should probably send in a basketball card in this last one just to see how I do in terms of like determining, I wanted to see like how good my eye was with the basketball cards, because the Optic ones obviously have like a more glossy finish, and they're a lot more susceptible to like surface imperfections than paper cards are, like the Top Series ones and the Topps Heritage. So I saw this one in my collection. I have a couple of these Devonte rookie cards, ungraded, and I was like, this one looks really well centered, and I can't see any surface imperfections. So I sent it in and got a 10. I don't know what this is worth. Like, if I were to sell it, I think like in a PSA 10, it's probably like $60 or $70. So as an SGC 10, maybe like 50. I don't know, if I'm lucky, 50. That could change. I think, when the season starts, if he does really well, that could go up. And it's also possible that as more and more SGC holders are put out into the marketplace, people kind of like become more accepting of them and might be more interested in buying them. So, if people start respecting them as a grading company more, like they do PSA, at least for modern stuff, on vintage stuff, they definitely hold a lot of the same respect that PSA does. But on modern stuff, they're kind of more like a new player when it comes to modern cards. So if they like can gain respect from the hobby, or more respect, I should say, they might command more comparable prices to the PSA 10s, which would be cool, because I kind of like SGC. But anyways, I wanted to make just a short video. Actually, this video's gone kind of like long now, but just showing the cards that I sent in. It was really just like a test submission. I wanted to try out their service, and I don't know, I'm disappointed in the turnaround time, but I was kind of expecting like that I probably wouldn't be back within the time they quoted me originally. But it would have been nice if they did. If they did, I would probably send them more stuff. But it was almost twice as many business days as they quoted me. And so it's like, if I can't really reasonably predict when I'm gonna get the cards back, I'd probably rather just send them to PSA. Especially since they upped their price to $15. One thing I definitely like though about SGC is they send you really high resolution images of the cards as soon as they grade them. So I got the images and the grades about a week before I got the cards back in the mail. And that was kind of cool because I'm actually gonna save those images to use if I sell any of these, because the images are like super high quality and like have really great lighting, and I kind of appreciated that. But overall, not bad. I got 5 out of 9 of the cards I sent to Jim as Jim Man 10s and 2 S9 5s, so that's pretty solid. The 8.5 and the 9 kind of threw me off. I don't know what they saw wrong with those cards. I've looked them over and I still can't figure it out, what I missed. But maybe something with the edges. I'm not sure. But anyways, if you guys have any questions about the process of grading SGC, I can definitely respond in the comments, or I'm considering making like a video showing the process of having cards sent to them, and giving like a review of the service. I think overall I'm like, it's like meh. That's not bad, but it didn't exceed my expectations at all, which I was hoping that it would. So I don't know. I have about maybe like 20 or so cards in SGC holders that I bought, like already graded cards. And then I have most of my cards are in PSA holders that I have graded, but I don't have that many graded cards, honestly. Maybe I'd say less than 100 graded cards. But anyways, thanks for checking out the video. Leave a thumbs up and a comment if you'd like, and feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm still trying to build up an audience and build up some subscribers. If you guys like my content, yeah, definitely subscribe. I'm gonna try and do videos at least 2 or 3 times a week. I thought about trying to do stuff every day, but it becomes a little difficult to do daily uploads. So I'll probably That's my plan at least. And I might do some other stuff unrelated to cards and sports at some point, but so far I've just been doing sports card stuff. But anyways, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you guys have a good one. Bye bye.